Hello my nerdlings, if you're new here, my name is Nikki. Welcome to my channel where we get nerdy. Today we're going to go over 2023 stats. Fair warning, I'm sick, so if I sound crappy and get short of breath, that's why. I'm leaving a nice gap here so I can put up the graphics of all of the stats. And I have my laptop here so we can look at them. Alright, so we only have stats up until August because I didn't read anything past August. I know I set a tentative December TBR, didn't actually get through any of the books. So this is just from January to August. In January to August, I read 55 books. And here is the spread of what I read each month. June was a fantastic month. Look at that, 12 books. August a little lackluster. However, I was, curriculum planning for the new job. Total, that's with including DNFs. So 55 including DNFs, 46 not including DNFs. So, knew I was going to regret not turning my sound off on my phone. You would think it wouldn't go off at, 5:42 in the morning. Moving on to pages read. The total pages I read this year was 13,053, with, of course, the majority of it being in June. Quite a bit in April as well, considering we only had 7 books compared to the 12. Hours listened. I did listen to some audiobooks this year, but I also like to do the listen to audiobooks while I read the physical book. We were at 54.25 hours, so 54 hours and 15 minutes. So I had a total of 9 DNFs this year, and I love this pie chart. Main reasons for DNFing. Everything is sucky, and too predictable and low intrigue all come in at 11.1%, or being one reason, being one book being the reason for that DNF. 2 books came in at don't like the format, and then 4 books came in at we'll try another time. So we'll say not a strong DNF, we'll call that a soft DNF. Not too bad, if I say so. Series or standalones. So we have 41 books being from series, 13 being standalones. I started 24 series this year. I read 16 sequels. I finished only 1 series. That is a terrible, terrible ratio. 16 starting and only finished 1. Series I will not continue further, so series that I have DNF'd is 4. So, okay, let's say 5 we have finished, 16 we started. Still, 2/3 of the series I started this year I didn't go to completion. And now moving into genres. So, shocker, 40% of the books I read this past year were fantasy, making 22% fantasy. Then we have 7 contemporary books, 6 romance books, 5 nonfiction, and 5 historical fiction, the rest coming in at 3s and 1s with classic, dystopia, mythology, mystery, sci-fi. Not too shabby. A lot more diverse than I was expecting. I didn't think I read a very diverse year, but I'm proud of that. I read a total of 6 translated books, which I'm proud of. I wanted to read more. I think my goal was like 12, 1 a month, but we got to 6. 50% Japanese, 33% Korean, and 16% Chinese. Not too shabby. I was honestly surprised that there wasn't a larger spread, like more variety. But I'm not surprised that they're all Asian, East Asian culture. Now this is where I'm excited. The LGBTQ rep and disability rep breakdown. So, of the 4 that I knew for certain had LGBTQ rep, we have 75% being the main character and 25% being a side character. The breakdown: 25% bisexual, 25% pansexual, non-binary, polyamory, 1% pansexual, not 1%, 25%, one book, and then 25% warrior. I don't know how to describe that. It is a culture-specific term. It's from the Wisdom of Whores. And then disability rep, we have 50-50 split between that it's present in a side character and 50% in the main character. The breakdown: mental health, blindness, cane use. I didn't know how else to put it. Like, I didn't want to put, like, limp or something, so I put cane. Deaf, HIV/AIDS, and dyslexia. Our author breakdown: this is definitely something I want to improve in this next year. POC author, we have 27% as non-POC, 9% as yes, they were POC, 9%, 9 authors, and then 4 authors of unknown. I did this because when I looked them up, it didn't say, it doesn't say in their blurb in the back of the book. It didn't say online when I looked them up, and I didn't want to assume based off from names, so I did unknown. And then the breakdown of the POC authors is 50% Japanese, 37% Korean, and 12% Chinese. Now, this is what I think is really neat. Written by male, female, non-binary, multiple authors are not specified. We have 34 books written by women, 9 books written by a man, 8 books by multiple authors, 2 books by not specified, meaning when you look them up, it doesn't say if they identify as something specific. And then 1.9%, so I'm assuming that's just one book, of a non-binary author. So I definitely next year want to see a bigger spread there. That is all of the stats I have for this past year. I'm definitely seeing where I want more diversity. I want definitely some more authors of color, more authors of different gender identities, and so on and so forth. But we'll see. I'm not going to push myself too hard in 2024. I'm going to just let reading come naturally. So, fingers crossed that I managed to make it more diverse. Make sure you like the video if you did. Comment down below what your reading stats were like. Hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more. And until next time, you are loved and you are valid.